back again like we never left. Episode 35 of the RNS Podcast. If you know, you know. Really Nothing Special podcast. We are really nobody special. Mel, DJ Rick, what's going on?
I'm feeling good, bro. How you feeling, fam?
I'm good, man. I can't complain.
Yeah, we good, bro. 35 KD.
There we go. Easy money.
I don't need a wine glass. I got a wine bottle.
My man, all you missing is a brown paper bag.
Real.
I ain't trying to look like wino, Rick.
Say Rick.
You already there. You already there.
That's some old school players on the corner.
So got our man Chris Bray. With us, Chris, how you doing, man?
Doing all right, fellas. How y'all doing?
Good,
doing
man.
Good.
Great, man. Glad to have you on here, big dog.
I appreciate you.
Shout out.
Just to give Chris a little intro, local legend, man. Played at a regional / national powerhouse at this point at Stonebridge High School. Went back coaching there. Just won a state championship as a coach. So congrats, coach.
Appreciate that.
Aaron, don't forget semi-pro champion too.
There we go.
Yeah.
Got multiple rings now. Rings.
Yeah. Got a handful.
That's winning.
Y'all got to make sure we count every ring.
Count the rings
Hey,
for the man. Count the rings for the man.
My man out here like Lord of the Rings.
So, man, so we got a good episode in store. Got a lot of football. Got to talk with Chris a little bit about really the high school, a little bit of dynamics there. Got to get into some NFL. But first, like we always do, DJ, hit him with the black fact.
All right, so this one's Michael Jordan. So I didn't know he helped fund Spike Lee's movie Malcolm X because the studio wouldn't give him the money to finish it. So for the people who sit there and say Mike ain't for the culture, he ain't for us, that's a lie.
Yeah, it definitely is. And the biggest thing I see about it, though, Michael Jordan helped out with a lot of different things, and he's not the one for attention. He's already said that, and I think everybody found out out in The Last Dance that he's not about being like real shiny about how he helps people.
Right. That's how you know it's real to me.
Facts.
Yeah, and he's just like Chris said, like off The Last Dance. If you watched it, he like at that point in his career, he was focused on basketball. Like his priorities were his life is basketball. So not that he wouldn't do other things for the cause, but he's just not going to put those things in the public just because his main goal was his main goal. So
he didn't want to sponsor a shady politician.
Man,
right.
Hey, and plus he already got enough. He was taking stuff personal already, so why worry about other things?
It's in Matthew chapter 6 verse 1. Be careful not to do your acts of righteousness before men to be seen by them. You know what I mean? So basically, man, don't be out there showing everybody what you're doing. You do it just for yourself, man. It's not for the gram. It ain't for social media. You know what I mean? You ain't got to put it out there like that.
Yeah.
Okay, Pastor Rick,
right.
Pass the collection plate.
Preach.
Yeah, you know.
Shout out Mike once again. There's a lot of things we can shout out Mike for, but shout out Mike for that. I think Magic may have helped out with that too. I know he had something to do with one of the Spike Lee movies. But
Right thing.
Okay, yeah, okay. It was Do the Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Shout out both of them. Shout out Mike. Let's get going, man. So over the weekend, ESPN got pretty much scammed by scammers of the month, scammers of the year, scammers of the decade, scammers of the millennium, however you want to say it. Bishop Sycamore High School tricked ESPN. A short summary of all the things that Bishop Sycamore has done. Over the weekend, lost to IMG Academy 58-0. It gets worse. The school claimed it had multiple D1 prospects on the roster. A large number of the players are over high school age. A lot of them are 19, 20s, have already played in JUCO. But wait, it gets worse. They played 2 games over the weekend, 2 football games in the span of 3 days. But it gets worse. It reportedly isn't the first time they've done that. It gets worse. The team has a significant uniform, housing, transportation issues. It gets worse. The coach was making bounce checks or making payments with bounce checks. They lost their hotels. They lost all their housing for their students and players. Led to those players' credits getting messed up and affected because of their housing. It gets worse. The head coach was already on an active arrest for other legal problems.
Jeez.
So I say all that. My fault, Mel. I say that to ask y'all, how did ESPN not know any of this?
That shows there's no real football connection, like real sports connection. I think they just saw basically a pawn to throw in front of a line, and they're like, hey, just watch the show. This is a national television show. Somebody wants to play IMG. I have no idea. I have no idea how they missed this.
All right.
I don't believe ESPN.
No,
I don't believe I don't believe that they got scammed. They didn't know.
No,
I don't believe it.
Exactly.
They're putting on they're saying it was the third party's fault, but I'm like,
yeah.
Oh no, it's on ESPN.
Yeah,
it gotta be like, because it's like, don't you have checks and balances to make sure
that's what I'm saying?
Like that doesn't happen.
You can't blame a third party. You're ESPN. You're the biggest party out of all the people.
You're the party. Worldwide leader.
ESPN's people should have people. Ain't no way in hell they did not know something. Like honestly, they owned by Disney, so they close to being the FBI. You know what I mean? Like, they got eyes and ears everywhere.
So I say all that to ask this question as well. How you a bunch of grown ass men getting spanked 58-0 by some high schoolers?
Hey,
after that, nah. You might gotta go to witness protection program. Like,
not only that, man, you know, it comes a time and place where you just gotta let the dream go.
Yeah.
and for those dudes, you just need to hang up your shoes. You know what I'm saying? Throw them away, burn them, burn your jerseys, burn any thoughts that you had of possibly going to a D1 program, the NFL. That is completely out of the question at this point.
Everything is done.
Yeah, like you be lucky to get picked up in a backyard football game right now.
Hey, but see, y'all, I watched the highlights for that game. They was getting trucked by the wide receivers, the running backs, everybody. Like, it was a free, like,
terrible.
Find something else. Find some, go read a book. Get your mind up. You know what I'm saying? Like,
58 to nothing to some
think about finances. Like, fam, you got beat by high schoolers. Like, like, some of these could be your little brother, fam. Like, no, like, you got manhandled by little kids.
58 to nothing.
Facts.
If Bishop Sycamore can get there, Stonebridge can get in there, right? Like that's how I see it.
Yeah, facts.
That's all I gotta say, man.
Like, at least man to fight, right?
Yeah, it's been a better show than that. Like,
I'm calling politics. I'm calling politics, man. Ain't no way. Like, why shouldn't Stonebridge be in? How did this little low budget school get in? Like nobody even knew who they were.
ESPN, we calling for Stonebridge. That's what we want to see. We want to see Stonebridge.
Look at us like we're just a normal public school, and that's how the program's been. It's just we've been solid for so long.
Right. Let's get to some of that. So, like we mentioned at the start, Chris, high school coach now, played semi-pro, played at Stonebridge. What are some things just that you've seen, that you've noticed from playing at high school and coaching at high school? Like, what's the biggest changes you've seen in the game?
Physicality, dedication to the game. Like, back when I was younger, when we were younger, we emulated our childhood heroes. Like, we're going out, we're dressing like them, playing like them, like it really emulating the game. Like, now, a lot of these kids, for the most part, really don't really care like that. Like, a lot of them really don't watch the game like that. they watch highlights, they know good plays, they know the moves, but like the dedication to the game, like being a student of the game, really caring about that and really like making it a primary for you. I don't see that too much, but it's still there because you see how we're operating and how these other schools in the state are operating. Like there's still dogs out there that want it, but as a whole, it's not like when we were young.
Well, as a fresh, like, is that something that you guys try to implement, like with them as freshmen? Like, do you guys start trying to change that? Like, hey, you need to watch how this player, plays. You need to watch how he work out. You need to just study this guy. Like, do you guys do things like that, or?
Oh, the biggest thing is like the kids. I'm a freshman defensive coordinator, and the biggest thing is if you see these kids, we have our freshmen, we're like, yo, look at the varsity players. Like my spring group, our what we call the COVID group. We had 6 games in the spring because our season got canceled in the fall. So getting back to the point, our freshmen, we tell them like, look at the seniors. They're like, wow, they're so good, they're so great. We're like, emulate them if you're not going to emulate like an NFL player or college player. Because like I know a handful of college players I model my game after, and a handful of pro players I model my game after. And these kids, they can probably name like 2 or 3.
Great.
So, I guess this question is for kids today too. So, like when we grew up, we pretty much played football during football season. We played basketball during basketball season. We played baseball and ran track in the spring.
Yeah.
But like now, today, I feel like these kids are more centralized in what they do. Like if they're a receiver, they're a receiver 12 months out the year. Do you feel like that helps kids these days or hurts them?
For the most part, I think it hurts them because when it comes down from high school to college, it's like playing like 5-card poker with one card. You know what I'm saying? You go into the game, you expect to win the hand, but you got 1 card. If colleges come and look at you and your frame says tight end or outside backer, and you're like, no, I'll play quarterback. Guess what? Like if a lot of colleges are looking in, hey, would you be willing to switch your position? No, I'll play quarterback. Well, quarterback's not working out for you. You may be D3 and you may have to like walk on the team. But if you switch your position to like outside backer or tight end, your game will probably enhance and it'll open your eyes to playing and open your eyes to getting recruited. A lot of kids now really don't get that. Like they're trying to hold on to that one spot. I like this, I play this. But for the most part, if you look at Stonebridge now, a lot of the players are multifaceted. Like our starting quarterback now, Jacob Thomas, he's our starting quarterback this year. He was wide receiver the last 2 years, and he played quarterback his freshman year. We have Billy Wiles, who's at Clemson right now. He was in front of him. So, like, we're not going to have this kid sit behind Billy and wait for his turn.
Right.
2 years now. Oh,
that's useless.
But look who's making the play. Basically, our 2 quarterbacks won the championship on that last play.
Chris, right. My question is, they always talk about the attention span of like students and athletes now. Like, how do y'all? What's the different coaching styles that y'all do now to keep their attention span held on for how long you have to practice?
Oh, you'll lose eye contact in 3 seconds. Like,
he's not lying, not lying at all.
Like, I could talk during a water break, and the kid can come ask me a question. I'm sitting there to give him the answer, and he'll start looking at me. I'm like, bro, I'm answering your question. What's going on? It's just a generational thing now. These kids are so here, there, everywhere now. Like, they really don't lock into one spot. So, like, that's the big thing that we're trying to do. And, like, touching back on, like, how we like really breed the culture at Stonebridge and stuff like that. Like, Jamel, you remember when I was there when you was a young buck? Like, we preach mentality off jump. Second off is brotherhood. And then third, locking in on the goal. Like, our goal is to be great. Like, we're not settling with a district championship or win a record. Like, we're going for it all, and that's it.
Undefeated. Our freshman year, that was the key when you go up to Stonebridge. Right when you walked in as a freshman, they always said, yo, undefeated season, nothing more, nothing less. And the weight room was big for y'all. I would say the discipline in the weight room is different.
We had the young bucks lifting with us. Like, that's the biggest thing. We all lift together. Not really now because of COVID and stuff, but back in those days, freshmen lifted with the varsity. Like we looked at it as a team. Like now it's kind of differentiated because we have a large program. We got a lot of freshmen, a lot of JV varsity kids. So obviously we can't have everybody working out together. But when it comes down to it, you'll see a freshman, like a group of freshmen squatting. You see a couple varsity kids, JV kid come in. They give them pointers, teaching, talking about what they do. Oh, you're the center? All right, come with me. Like our starting center took our freshman center out on the field for pregame before the match game.
That's great.
Watch me for 15 minutes.
Culture. That's how you build culture right there. That's
It's a fraternity. Like, because we're about it. It was just all about a common goal, and that's the biggest thing. And but like now going back to the question you asked, with the kids' attention span, yeah, it's crazy now. So like we have to really slow things down, really like repeat ourselves a lot. Patience has to change before we can move ahead and expect y'all to catch up, which will react. Now, kids, you gotta understand these kids have attention issues, learning issues. Is more open now compared to back in the day where you're like, that kid's just hard-headed. Maybe he's not soaking up the right way. Maybe it's taking him a little bit longer. So really, it hadn't really changed. Is now you have to really focus in on the kids' well-being because there's a lot of underlying issues that's put out in the front now. So you kind of have an idea of what you're dealing with.
Man, ain't nothing wrong with them damn kids. They just got that phone all the time, man. It's programming. No, for real, you think about it.
No, that's part of it.
Like half of it is just the programming, man. They got the phone, the TikTok videos is 30 seconds. That's how long their attention span is. That 30-second time for that TikTok video.
Hold it at TikTok. Because I was about to ask something related to this. So Chris, as recently NCAA passed the law, you could monetize off your likeness now. That's gonna lead to the high school level. Is there anything that you've seen like already? Like I know as far as like TikTok and things like that, have you seen or do you have an idea of where it's gonna go for you as far as seeing players try to monetize off their likeness and sort of brand themselves?
Oh man, like everybody's Hollywood now for the most part. So like kids that really got a following already, they going for those blue checks. Yeah. They're going for blue checks. But understood though, like these kids this is their era now. Like they get the smartphone era. Hey, look at me, look what I'm doing. A lot of these kids are like, they like following, but instead of emulating, you know what I'm saying? So like they'll follow that kid that's real good instead of like, you know what, I'm gonna challenge him and try to like beat it and get to his level, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they'll follow on that. But like the kids with making the money and stuff like that, I think it's a good thing. Make money off what you do, because when it gets to college time, they're at the bottom of the payroll when it comes down to it.
That's true.
Like, you get a free education, but these schools and the NCAA are bringing in millions and billions off your likeness and everything like that. So I think it's like more of a about time type thing. Just try to like even the odds financially for these kids.
Right. Exactly.
There's never been amateur for real.
No,
we know it's been.
It's been pimpery.
Now in football, so like his football's turned down. That's why I think it's really becoming a big deal, because it's a larger team, more players. So like there's a lot more attention to a program if you're on that level.
All right. I'm going to backtrack to when you were talking about the COVID year last year with the COVID group and you guys. Just for the listeners, if you're not from Virginia or the Loudoun County area. So because of COVID in our area, obviously high school football season's in the fall. Things had to change due to COVID. All the sports got extended at different times. Football season, it was, Chris, help me out. It was a 6-week season or 7-week
season, yeah.
And then including playoffs, got to the state championship. Describe the process of your guys' off season through the fall, how you guys had to handle everything, and how you guys had to kind of stick together through your season.
It was like being like at first when we thought like, okay, it's going to be pushed back to October, because I think that's when college football got pushed back, and then high school got pushed back. Everything got canceled. Then they're like, all right, give it a second. Let's wait till October. So it's more of keep preparing just in case you start this week, season starts next week. So like we kept that attitude through the off season. So like we're just waiting for the green light. When we had to sit it down, So we're doing Zoom meetings and meets and stuff like that. Kids was working out in like the neighborhoods. A couple of kids, like Like they had like turn a gym garage into a gym, so like the kids would keep working out, stuff like that. We figured out a way to keep ourselves together and everything, and then we got green lighted for like certain activities. Like we did like 7-on-7s. We kept them busy, kept them together, and it was just a wild atmosphere, especially like it being so dark so early and then cold. That was another kids keeping focused because last year's group, their attention span is about the same. So like that and being in 15-degree, 20-degree weather, that was a daunting task for the most part. We was outside in that mix. So like I compliment the kids. That's why I'm happy we came out with the state championship. But like going like, come on, we started a season in February.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Just another, just for the viewers, when he says 15-degree weather, the football season started in February, late February. So just to give everybody an idea of the time, and like he said, early nights and things like that, man, it was a lot.
I got a question. Oh, Chris, I got a question for the coaches. Like, how did y'all deal with the mental fatigue, with the difference dealing with a COVID season, trying to keep everybody together? Because I know y'all had to constantly, reach out, because it's a little bit different from, college and the NFL. Like, we're still dealing with teenagers.
Yeah, dealing with teenagers and everything like that. But like when it comes to that COVID group we had, that was that team that lost to Highland Springs the year before in the state championship. So they already had a chip on their shoulder. So it wasn't really too much of a loss. It was actually, you saw a lot more maturity out of a lot of the kids. Like they really cared about making sure they took care of this season. Like there was no ifs, ands, and buts. It was ring or nothing. And I don't even think nothing came about. Like these kids was locked in. The whole program was locked in. Everybody, like the vibe was there. The buzz was there. Like you could feel it all off season. So when we got the green light in the spring, it was on and popping. It was on and popping. And in the varsity kids, like great role models for the younger kids. Like they let them know, like, look, you got to do a lot of work on your own. And that was the biggest thing we had to do. So putting the responsibility on the kids, and then majority of the kids, because like still dealing with teenagers, the majority of the kids really locked in on just making sure they're working on something. And that was the biggest thing. They kept themselves busy, worked on themselves a lot. And on a coaching side, mental side, stressful. It's stressful because
man, I bet
3 plays ahead in the game. So in the off season, you already thinking a week, 2 weeks ahead. You try to lay things out. You try to gauge progress. Try to lay out your depth charts and stuff like that. So like a kid can have a bad week because it's cold outside. You never know. Like there was a lot of things going on. So like just try to be even keeled. Use football as like more of an escape during all this, because that's how I took it. So I had fun with it. So I just took it as an escape. All right, football time. I can get out of this being trapped in the house nonsense, So like, and we just had a program where everybody was like-minded. Like we're all happy to be with each other and really working on the game. Like it took us out of reality for a bit.
Now, I want to touch back on an earlier question. When you were talking about kids that just want to stick at a certain position, do you think that's coming from? And this is because I know the area too. Do you think this is coming from the kids, or is this coming from the parents?
I can say both. Because kids that watch TikTok and everything like that, they watch the highlights. They want to be those skill player guys. They want to be that running back, breaking down a linebacker, running somebody over. They want to be that QB throwing that beautiful ball. They want to be the receiver catching that one-hand ball. So, like, they see that, and, like, I just want to be that. Instead of, like, really, like, diving into the game, like, I can play the game. I could be a football player. So, like, now it's more of, like, I want to be what that dude is doing. I want to do that one-hand catch. And that's really all it is. It's like they lock into what they like, and that's it. Like, there's a few kids where they really delve into the game and really figure out if I'm a football player, I can really do what I want and really showcase what I can do. Because, like, some kids that want to be a receiver out here working on one-hand catches is really a D tackle. You know what I'm saying?
It's not a D tackle.
D tackle, though.
Who's that dude? The refrigerator? They out there like the refrigerator?
Refrigerator Perry.
Working on one-hand catches and everything. Like, You got everybody on making moves, shaking people and stuff like that. It's cool to see because like you start to see that silent emulation of what they see is coming back. Not necessarily the pros. It's just more like what's in front of them. So like if IG and TikTok and Snapchat put it in front of them, that's what they want to do.
Well,
and you don't the lineman too much. So
this is a quick follow-up then. So do you feel like it's like with basketball, things are getting kind of positionless because of, the big men are able to do what the guards can do? Do you think that it's starting to kind of like do that in high school football as well?
I think it's in a sense, because like if you look at it now, you see how basketball is coming more athletic. Like basically the center's a power forward now.
Mm-hmm.
So football now, you don't see those 340-pound guys no more. Like you see the defensive line, unless it's like Calais Campbell or something like that. Like D linemen are 290, 280. College, they're 250, 260. High school, they're 220, 210, 230. Like they're going for more the athlete more so than the bulk. So you really see the change in the up front, the front seven. I'd say more so than the secondary. Like you're not going to see a 6'4", 260-pound cornerback. You won't see that. Like he'll be put an outside backer real quick. So like that whole transition, like basketball is not all the way there, but there's similarities to the game becoming positionless because now you're seeing like tackles playing DN. They're playing both ways. Like you see them playing basketball, like big men are playing basketball, stuff like that. So the athleticism is changing, but for the overall, I don't think the game itself of football is changing like basketball. It won't be positionless. Like that's always going to be a part of it.
That makes a lot of sense, especially just like you said, like the front seven, probably tight ends are probably a little bit thinner too, things like that.
There's slower receivers.
Right. Yep. Man, a lot of good stuff. Let's move on to hell yeah, hell nah. So this episode, we're just gonna ask Chris all the questions. Chris is gonna give his thoughts, whether it's hell yeah, hell nah. Chris, just when you give an answer, just elaborate a little bit as well. And then let's get going. So first one, surprising news this morning. Cam Newton got cut after announcing after the Patriots announced Mac Jones was a starter for week 1. Is this the right move for New England, cutting Cam?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. He was a bridge quarterback anyway. And if you didn't see that coming, then you really don't understand the business side of the game. Like Cam's an older QB. He's not where he used to be. So let's bring him in and get the ticket sales, get us through these couple of years until we figure it out. Patriots made a smart move. They got a calculated guy, and they thrown him in the deep end week 1. So I think it's a smart move. Just go ahead and have the quarterback system really focused on the QB, and that's Mac Jones. Just go ahead and run with it.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. You draft a guy in the first round, you got to have plans for him, right? So, I mean, it makes sense.
Not to get too off topic, so what would you do with Justin Fields?
Justin Fields, start him.
That's what I would do too.
Start him. Like, who's in front of him? Like, that's only an injury or a bad game away from putting him in, so you might as well go ahead and throw him in. Like, he's not like Pat Mahomes when he had Alex Smith in front of him. Like, they had a well-oiled machine when Pat Mahomes came in. So, like, those guys, they're in a different situation. Like, Trevor Lawrence, too. Like, go ahead and put the young buck in, let him swim.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for that. Next one. Have you seen the Trent Dilfer video of him? Okay, so if you haven't, Trent Dilfer is a high school coach now, former quarterback. You don't see the whole thing, but he gets his hands on one of his players. They're arguing. He gets his hands under his pads, keeps his arms close, doesn't really extend his arms, kind of just pushes him a little bit, 3 steps, gets him out the way. There's been a lot of argument of whether you should put your hands on your players, whether that's the right thing to do, whether it is. Is it the right thing to ever do your players like that? Putting your hands on your players the way Trent Dilfer did.
Can't do that. At the high school level, you can't do that. At college, who's going to tell you no? NFL, grown men. High school, you got to be hands-free. You got to be hands-free. If you can't reiterate what you need out of your mouth and everything like that, you got to recalculate what you're going to talk about then. And just stay separate, because I think right there is just a heat of the moment. He didn't know what he wanted to do. Yeah, the kid was disrespecting him. And I think he got in his feelings a bit, put his hands on him, realized what he was doing, and kind of try to play it off. You know what I'm saying? But don't put your hands on kids. Like, when I have kids, I don't want nobody putting their hands on my kids. Like, you better talk to my kids or call me. And that goes for everybody. Like, nobody wants nobody that's not their parent to have their hands on their kids.
Right. That's the last thing they want to see.
Right now, I'd have told my son to swing that helmet up.
Hey, man, put your hands on RJ if you want. You gonna see a black man coming out the stands real quick.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
He's got a chair. He's got a chair.
Yo, they ain't gonna do nothing with the RJ because he's gonna be 2 times bigger than them.
If you're looking
by
down,
like 6'8".
Right.
Probably.
Right. They're gonna be looking up RJ.
People like, so what do you want? What do you say?
They gonna be apologizing to RJ. Like, hey,
my bad.
Big dog.
Did I explain that better to you? My fault.
That'd be how they go with it.
Last one. Basketball related, switching up a little bit. Ben Simmons has told the Sixers brass he does not intend to report to training camp and has 3 preferred destinations, which were reportedly the Lakers, the Clippers, and the Warriors. Does Ben Simmons have the right to have any preferred destinations after his 2 sort of playoffs past 2 years?
Hell no. Like, he's been a shell of his college self his whole career. Like, he showed glimpses, but bro, like, you haven't done nothing to control your destiny. You gotta go with your performance, and his performance ain't there. Like, you're supposed to be the main guy. If he was doing something, yeah, all right, I want to go to Miami, I want to go here. Understood. Ben, nah, you gotta go where your team can get you.
His performance is Indiana.
Maybe Miami. Maybe.
And the Pelicans or the Hornets or something.
I don't think the Pelicans will want him. Would he fit?
Nah,
hell no. Not with Zion.
Not with Zion there.
I was like, he wouldn't fit.
You can't have 2 lefties there that can't shoot.
I'd rather go with Zion.
Hey, leave the lefties alone.
I'm a lefty, bro. So chill.
Hey, well, can't neither one of them lefties shoot a lick.
I will say this. I would prefer to date Rihanna, but that's probably not going to happen either. So I mean, there's that. But
if Ben Simmons could play how he playing pickup in the NBA, he'd be.
Man, did you see him? Good.
Bro, his pickup highlights is crazy.
Yeah, you thought this man was famous Los out here.
They've been in the finals.
That's facts. If he played like that, they would be in the finals.
Oh yeah, facts. Big facts.
4 points a game in that series they got bumped.
He passed up a layup, bro. He passed up a layup. Wide
Wasn't it like Trae Young who was coming after him?
It was somebody little.
Yeah.
It was a little guy.
That's when you know you're just in your head at that point.
Oh, he was in
all the way in your head.
Yeah.
Like, don't even gotta be spectacular. Just a big man dunk. You that tall.
Yeah.
Right.
7 feet.
And it's not like you don't got like no bunnies. Like, you got bunnies, bro. Like, I don't understand.
In his head.
It's crazy. But
the culture of the game, though, if you look at basketball, everybody wants to dish it out instead of taking a layup now.
Yeah.
Nobody cut no more either.
Nah, nobody be jumping on people like that either, unless it's like an oop or something like that, or a fast break.
You ain't lying. Everybody taking business decisions.
Right. We'll see if Ben gets traded. Who knows what's gonna happen. We'll see what happens there in Philly. Let's get to this top 5. So this week's top 5, in honor of Chris was a running back when he played. Top 5 college running backs is what we're gonna do. So Chris has the first pick, special guest. I got the second pick. DJ has 3rd. Mel has 4th. Rick is 5th.
Will Frank Gore get picked?
All time. Okay.
Yeah, all time. Yeah, all time college running backs.
Frank Gore watches starting now.
I would say.
Rick, shut up.
Personal.
So, Chris, if you're ready, you are on the clock.
All right. So my all-time, I'll say Barry Sanders.
Okay. Can't go wrong with that. I'm going Reggie Bush.
Do that one.
Yeah.
Right. Let me go Ricky Williams.
Okay. Mel, your pick.
You already know Bo's nose. Bo Jackson, baby.
Tough.
Rick, you got 2.
Let me get Herschel Walker. And man, this is tough. You got Bo, right?
Yeah, I already got Bo.
I'll take
Today, nigga.
Hey, Tony.
Come on.
Shut up. Now give me the last pick. I'll take Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders
was the first pick, bro.
Damn it.
Damn, you tripping today.
I am. Yeah,
that's up with these kids and their phones. They don't be paying attention anymore.
I was on the talk tick.
Damn 30 seconds.
What you say, Rick?
I said I was on the talk tick, but I'll take Tony Dorsett.
Okay. Mel, your pick.
I'm gonna go with Adrian Peterson.
He'll be there.
Was hoping he was gonna fall. DJ, your pick.
I go LT.
You.
I knew he wouldn't be there.
Man. That threw me off. I thought one of them was gonna fall in my lap the way it was going.
Wrong, big dog.
Clearly. I'm gonna go Cedric Benson.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just go off like I'm gonna probably just pick my favorite more than like best.
That's what I usually do.
So Chris, your pick, you got 2 picks.
Okay. So you said go with, I'll go with 2 favorites. I'll go with Warwick Dunn.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's my man. Yeah, Warwick Dunn, he's nice. And then number 2, I'll give it to Darren Sproles.
Okay.
Nice.
That's a good one.
That's a sleeper.
Got that
right
pick
there.
from you. Dang.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I know you're dealing with a database now when it comes to backs. I was thinking about Archie Griffin, but I'll go with
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go Steve Slayton.
Oh yeah. No. Yeah, you do go.
That's my pick. Yeah. I'm gonna go Steve Slayton.
Yo, I saw Steve Slayton at West Virginia. I saw him and Pat White. It was at a Young Jock concert.
Yo, you definitely show what
You just I was about to say you just aged yourself right there.
Yeah. It was
you saw Pat White and Steve Slayton at a Young Jock concert.
It was my freshman year in college, and we went to a Young Jock concert at WU. Yep.
Yo, was that 09, 08? What year?
Might be 07.
Probably like 06.
Oh wait.
No, 07, 06. For real.
Yeah, I was like, that had to be an 08 year.
Yeah, it was 08.
Your pick, DJ.
All right. I mean, I know my other guy's gonna be on the way back. But let me get the juices loose though.
Oh, I was about to pick him.
OJ.
OJ. He got a shout out again.
He gets one at least every 3 episodes right now.
Right.
Yeah. That man's on a good run.
He still don't know who did it.
He might be sitting right next to the person.
He's not in LA yet. I was say he's not in LA for that reason. He doesn't.
It just makes me uncomfortable.
See his reflection in that window.
He's like, there he goes again. Let me go, since he picked the juices loose. Let me go with
Don't do it.
Don't do what I think you're gonna do. But
I feel like it's about to come through.
I feel like I know who he's about to do.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna.
All right.
Again.
No. Whoa.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
All right.
I'm not picking that person. All right. Yo, I'm good. I was gonna say Marcus Allen. Dang.
Oh, okay.
That's a good one.
Rick, you got 2.
That's why I didn't take.
Oh well, since Jamel ain't gonna do it, I'm gonna go ahead and get Eric Dickerson. I got y'all. And
yeah, I was like,
I froze for a second. I was like, dang, bro.
Eric Dickerson And I'm gonna take Mr. Belly shirt. Ezekiel Elliott.
All right, Mel, back to you.
Back to me. I'm gonna go with Marshall Faulk.
Ooh.
That was
Okay.
Be disrespecting my boy sometimes.
DJ, your pick.
All right, I'm gonna go off the wall. Let me get Fat Boy Ron Dane.
Okay. Wisconsin, right? I know it's one of those. I forget if it's Wisconsin or Nebraska.
That man was like 275, ran like a 4.5.
Career leader. He is career leader.
For sure. Who am I gonna get? I'm gonna go Cadillac Williams.
Ooh,
you got the combo. You got the two-headed monster right there, Aaron.
I ain't heard that name in a minute.
Oh,
yo,
they were unstoppable.
Yo, they were nasty.
Chris, your pick. You got two. These are your last two picks.
all right. So you got Rondé, Eric Dickerson, boom, boom. All right. I'm gonna dig in the pot on this one. The first one, Rashaan Salam.
Okay.
I
knew you talking about.
Yeah. And then number two, college-wise, I'll go ahead and give it to Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Yeah. That grown man child.
I was thinking about that. I didn't know who to get from them. Who's my? All right, I'm between two people on my last one.
Yeah, I'm between a couple.
I'm gonna go Saquon.
Okay.
All right, we made it easy.
Okay.
I hope. I'm really wondering. My pick. I wonder if he's gonna last.
DJ,
let me get Eddie George.
Okay.
I thought you already got picked.
No.
Nah.
Damn it.
You too busy picking people that already been picked.
Hey, see, look, you stuck on the phone on that TikTok.
Top tick.
On that damn top tick.
That top tick.
Oh,
it's all good. It's all good. I'm gonna let y'all live because Chris is here.
He usually doesn't stop.
Today.
Wait, Mel, it's your pick anyways.
It's my pick? Oh, okay.
It's so Negro.
I know you ain't talking. But anyway.
You ain't know it was your pick.
I'm not tripping. I don't take a year and a half to make my pick and go,
You are right now.
You stole the word there from me.
I was about to say, Mel, your pick.
Darren McFadden.
Okay.
That was the two I was between on the last one.
Hey, he was
McFadden and Saquon.
Hey, college, he was nice.
Hey,
there's a couple that we didn't pick that were just nice.
Darren McFadden had a crazy year.
Yo,
I don't know if y'all remember. I forget who they were playing. The one game when he was playing quarterback too.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
Yeah,
that's when Felix Jones. Him and Felix Jones.
I couldn't think of the other running back.
Yeah.
Felix Jones
and Peyton Hillis.
Oh shit! They was the three-headed combo.
Peyton Hillis was there.
They did have Peyton Hillis. I forgot about him.
That was a crazy backfield.
That's crazy. Yeah,
It's serious. All 1,000-yard backs.
that's wild.
That was that season that they all had 1,000.
Rick, last pick.
Since everyone else is pretty much picked up, I was thinking about. I'm gonna go Earl Campbell.
How's it going?
There's a few that I got left off.
There's a bunch. I was gonna pick
Trent
Wilson
Richardson was a nasty college running back.
Trent
Couldn't find a hole in the NFL.
I didn't pick any of the Bama running backs because I loved all of them, and like the Ingram, Trent Richardson, Derrick Henry,
Clinton Portis, Willis McGahee from Miami.
I was gonna say Willis McGahee,
Frank Gore,
Frank Gore,
yeah.
Christian McCaffrey,
the whole entire U for real.
D'Angelo Williams.
I was going to say D'Angelo Williams.
That's another good one.
Brett Taylor,
Emmitt Smith was nice. Sean Alexander. Oh, Gale Sayers. We forgot about Gale Sayers.
You can have Sean Alexander.
CJ Spiller.
Personal.
CJ 2K.
CJ2K, yeah, CJ Spiller. There's a bunch.
CJ Spiller was nice.
Boy, it was nice.
There was a lot of great college players.
Yeah. There's a bunch, man. There's a bunch. What was that one?
That's a Tim Biaka-Batuka from Michigan.
Oh, forgot about Tim Biaka-Batuka. Yeah.
Yo, I went to a Redskin game when they were the Redskins.
Yeah.
This how long ago it was. He was on the Panthers.
He was on the Panthers.
He had like 120 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He was tough. He was cold.
I was like, wow.
Tim Biaka-Batuka was cold. Yeah, man. To wrap it up, Chris got Barry Sanders, work done, Darren Sproles, Rashawn Salam, Derrick Henry. I got Reggie Bush, Cedric Benson, Steve Slayton, Cadillac Williams, Saquon Barkley. DJ got Ricky Williams, LaDainian Tomlinson, OJ Simpson, Ron Dane, Eddie George. Mel got Bo Jackson, Adrian Peterson, Marcus Allen, Marshall Faulk, and Darren McFadden. Rick had Herschel Walker, Tony Dorsett, Eric Dickerson, Ezekiel Elliott, and Earl Campbell. Man, like most of them, it's going to be off opinion because these are stack lineups. Yeah, man. So before we wrap it up, another thing about Chris, got a side wings business going on. You want to give that a quick shout out real quick, Chris?
Yeah, man. It was a solid blessing. Like shit, Jamel knows already. Like my mom, she be frying chicken. You know, everybody love fried chicken. You know how that goes. When I was a kid, I was too impatient. My mom was a nurse, so she always worked. So I had to figure out how to fry chicken myself. Turned into a quick little thing for dinner. Next, you know, I started taking it to cookouts. And then during COVID, had a lot of friends like, yo, we ain't have no cookouts. What's up with the wings? I'll pay you if you make me wings. So that's basically what really kicked it off the ground. And now it's to the point where I got to tell people no over the weekend.
Wow. Man, congratulations.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm gonna need that plate when I come.
Yeah.
You got a name for it?
Let's say definitely gonna need some plates soon.
Have your Sunday, I gotta be set by Saturday, bro. I got y'all taken care of.
You got the name?
Company. Bo's Yardbird. That's the name.
What is
it again?
Bo's Yardbird.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, tell them about the sauce, bro. Tell them about the sauce.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh God,
is,
this
bro,
guy right here, man. What's up, big dog? What up?
What's up?
Yeah, you know the sauce. Yeah, the sauce is coming too. I'm gonna keep it a secret, but yeah, that's coming too. But yeah. Hey, but yeah. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me and everything like that. This is dope, man. I appreciate what you guys are doing. You guys keep it up and keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Hey, thanks, big dog. We appreciate that, man. Appreciate the hell out of that. OG certified over there, man.
Right, for real.
Hey,
we appreciate you, man.
There,
We appreciate you.
Appreciate it. I like doing it. Hey, bringing up some new topics.
Hey, for sure, man. I was about to say this is good. Anytime you want to come back, man.
It was good. Come back.
Felt like you supposed to be on this show this whole time.
Right.
Missing brothers and shit.
Hey, look, he gonna be Chris Broussard out here. Hey, we got the NFL season. We got Chris on the line right here.
Tuesday special.
Right.
Hey, Bray bomb, break it in.
Bray bomb.
I'm down if y'all welcome to that. I'm down. This is fun.
Hey, for
glad you enjoyed it, bro. We enjoyed having you.
Everybody, make sure you guys following RNS. More Bray bombs coming soon. Make sure we'll put Chris's social media stuff so you guys can give him a follow too. So again, Chris, appreciate you having us on. Any last final words from you guys?
I'm ready for you to drop them bars, bro.
Yeah.
Who we telling this week? Who we telling this week to like, subscribe, follow, comment on the RNS podcast?
You already told the side chicks, the side.
You told the deacons.
You told the side chick and the deacon.
Because the deacon got side chicks.
Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. Who you told the auntie, you told the cousins, you told the neighbors. Who else is there to tell, man?
Grandma, go ahead and follow the RNS podcast.
You know your mom's brother.
Yeah, the mom's brother.
The mom's brother. You know your uncle growing up that you never saw again.
The Uber driver.
You know that one person at work. You know that one person at work you walk past every day, and you're like, that might be a cool dude. So you give him a little head nod. Make that one communication with him. Talk to him. Be like, hey, you look like you like the RNS podcast. You should give that a like, follow, subscribe, retweet, comment.
Y'all are gonna want to close out after I say this. Y'all gonna want to close out.
Just hit end.
Tell the quiet kid at your school. It might save your life.
Those are always my homies.
Yeah.
Always friends with them. That's a fact.